Hello everybody. Another video here about twin flames. I had a little talk with someone. Dio, what is this part about? Why we're feeling all the time the twin flames inside of us? What is the physical part? What is the physical evidence? What is the physical things on it? And you have to understand, as a twin flame, the thing's a little different. We are not. We are open into different things than the normal average people who they kind of like locked up themselves inside of it. They don't have this, and the twin flame, it's very rare. It's not happening to everybody. It's available to everybody, but doesn't happen to everybody. It's got to have a lot to do with the destiny, the fear that needs to be faced, everything. Even Lindy Cowling said this long time ago. If you wish to meet your twin flame, you gotta have a dead wish. And you won't understand what I'm saying, the dead wish, when that comes in through the video on it. But before I begin about it, I made a post on Facebook about all this video that I'm going to make. Um, During the journey into it as a twin flames, we evolve, we move. And there is going to be some people who stay in the lower realm. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to stay. For some of them, that information is going to be way over their head. This is information for someone who actually has to evolve in the same pace with the others and moved out into it. I was given quite a few videos lately about twin flames and all the BS that it's involved with it. And I'm not going to act as a policeman and to be out of everybody have their own opinions. They can go, they can put it public, put it as a public into it. The thing it is about the policeman is your soul. I'm not gonna be say who, what, and where, and what is going on and into it, because a lot of the people out there, they're using the twin flame, they're using the drama, they're using the pain, they're using everything, so they can just get either make money or get a popularity or get anything or get whatever they have different things. Some of the videos that I've been given to it lately, those are the people who are spiritual, but they're not a twin flames. They have nothing to do with the twin flames, but they trying to explain the twin flames. And it's your own soul, and your soul can actually vibrate and find or catch the vibrations into it. And what the vibrations are, you see my screen here on the TV. I actually have it as a picture that I'm going to bring into it, because I'm going to be zoomed in a little bit. The whole thing of this is you need to realize where we live. We live somewhere up here. This is the Milky Way, and if you zoom in on it, it is a more and more and more and more. There's some place that we are living into it. You need to understand that it's held in a space by gravitation, and that is gravitation. It's a magnetic field, and this magnetic field, we all living into it. You might say different story. Reality is reality. It is what it is. You that are gonna accept it, you're gonna deny it. The reason I'm beginning with this is because we all have a magnetic fields, and those magnetic fields, they present our information. They represent this part of us that we actually creating vibrations. This is how, when you are with a people, you have this sense like inside of you about what's going on, what the situation is. And you to understand this magnetic field, how it operates specifically on the human body, there has been medical, research is done. There was a medical stuff that has been done into it. And a lot of the people asking the questions, Gio, what is the physical evidence about the twin flames? What actually is going on? What is this process into it? And I'm gonna go deep right now into it, so you guys can get it into it. Here it is, though, that I was talking to you. The messenger can only deliver the message to those who are vibrationally matched to the message. So don't stress yourself out saying things to people who cannot hear you. So you're as a twin flame, when you put a messages out there, even we been talking into a lot of twin flames, the thing is, a lot of people cannot hear you. Why cannot hear you? Because there is no anymore vibrational match. They don't resonate with you. They don't resonate, and maybe they will resonate while back. Maybe there was something goes on, but for one reason or another, you move on. You evolve. You goes up. It is about to get up at the stage that you are right now. You to kick in and higher, different, much more higher level of understanding. And we try to put these informations for you, basically using a normal words, normal terms, not to go out and be a very, very deeply specific into it, because the things that you need to understand, they're very simple. They don't have to be complicated. And I see that a lot of the people, they're trying to complicate the things instead of making them simple. You have to use what is known as the KISS system. Keep it short and simple into. For those of you who wanted to understand about this, this is the electromagnetic field of the heart. This is how two people are. Our thoughts and emotions affect the heart's magnetic field, which energetically affect those in our environment, whatever or not are conscious of it. So this is the part when you see someone, you feel their emotions, you feel their state of the way they are, and you feel how the things they go on within them. You can decide to go ahead and interfere, or you can decide to back it off into. But we're talking about here about twin flames. We're talking about two people who have the same magnetic field. Those are two people who all of a sudden they see each other, and this magnetic field has the same exact frequency. It's got the same field to it. And those magnetic field comes in and puts them together into and ignites that part. And to understand this picture a little bit more, I'll zoom it up into it. This is the time when a lot of the twin flames, it's also known seeing the light effect. This is the time when the information from the one goes to the other, and information from the other goes to the other person. It's that exchange of energy that goes into, and during that energy exchange, there's something very specifically happen within the twin flames. They begin to be feel the other person's inside of them, like it stays inside of them, that they cannot stop thinking about this person, even if they want to. Maybe the years can pass by, it still goes on. And I was asking Dio, why after so many years I still feel him? What is this part? What is this thinking? It's any medical research done into it. The part is about the DNA. And I want to talk to you about the DNA up here, because this is a very important part. You need to understand that the DNA, it's transferred anytime when there is a new cell in your body, it's created. So what happened is the original DNA right here, once the new cells are made, then the information it's passed by and it's creating the new cells, the DNA that's carrying inside of you. You understanding this process, it's required, because that way you will understand how your twin flame is actually living inside of you on a biology level. Why is that happening into? In order to understand this, it's something that's called the mirroring neurons. I made a video on it. It's available to you. You can go to YouTube. It's called Twin Flame Mirroring Neurons on it. And we have to look at it this, so I don't have to explain it to you. Basically what the mirroring neurons does. Basically during that exchange here, the mirroring neurons get activated. And when they are active, information begins to flow from the one person to another, also known as a upload download. This is basically like you take information from one computer, you put a USB drive there, which is the USB drive is the magnetic field, and you go ahead take the USB drive and you go ahead and hook it up to the other. Or you have two computers that hook up wirelessly onto it, or if you are the old tech that it's like the palms, there was a back then there was those palm held devices that all you had to do is take the file and you just click beam it and you beam it out to the device that it's next to it. How you want to take it, but you to understand it how this operates. But what I'm going with this is that when you have the mirroring neurons on it, is that you have the sender and you have the receiver. So the one information is traveled to this magnetic field, goes into the mirroring neurons, and the other person receives it. And once it receives it, it can be sent back to the other person. That's the also known as the energy exchange that happens between the twin flames. And when this happens, they're living on the same magnetic field. On the twin flames, that it's what it's known as the bubble phase. That is the part when they know how they are. And the bad part is when the people begin to use this to control the other person. And you can't use that to control the other person. That is the first lesson, and that creates the part of how this connection is going to be continue to evolve into it. So to go back into the DNA on it is once the mirroring neurons they get inactivated on it, you begin to getting the new information that it's encoded inside of you through the mirroring neurons. That information goes inside of your brain, and from the brain it's overriding the part within the DNA. And once that part is, you feel them inside of you because information from them living inside of you now. And this is how the same vibrations are filled into the twin flames. The whole part it is into it. I'm going to go back with my own part when I was awakened. That was the person who actually stayed between me and my twin flame. He realized this energy field, and he looked at that picture that I just showed you with the two people having a connection. He came to me. It's like, you know what, Dio? I know what you two are. So the part is that when you hear information from someone who is outside of this magnetic field, even though they were there, they comes in and they tells you this, then it's your confirmations of about what actually happens into. But the whole part is when that information continues to goes in, every new cell that you're gonna be continue happening right now, it carries the information during the energy exchange. And since you're carrying this information into it, from now on, you're gonna be have this information encoded into the DNA. So from now on, wherever you go, whatever you do, that energy is stored within you. And this is how your twin flame, whatever you go into it, you think about it, or whatever the things is going on, you see that the twin flames, it's never leaving your sight. That's what this is. That it's the real part of the cosmic marriage. That is the part of how it's going on. Is it that really going to happen on the physical level? That is a whole another BS, because we have a lot of old understanding, we have a lot of things, and also we have a lack of knowledge of what really going on into. And since I went out and I do this, I not worry about it, who accept me or not, who understands me or not. I just go out there and give you the information so to help the world out there so we can understand this much better, because this is going to be the future. We're doing this for the future. It doesn't matter if we are in a union or not in a union. It doesn't matter if we're going to be physically a bad example that we are not in a union, or we're going to be a good example when we are together in union and helping the next people to after us. They can understand all this. We are one thing. We are an example. And this is why the example of your personal story or the personal thing that you are as a twin flame, it is very, very crucial to be tell the world. If you have the information, if you know the information, and thousands of people are suffering, guess what? You don't help. A lot of the people who engage in this energy exchange, they're cowards. Most of them, they're hiding. It doesn't matter if a male or female, okay? Most of them, they're going out to a secret forums. They write materials about things. They're sharing information secretly. And guess what? That doesn't help nobody. It doesn't help the twin flames, but it doesn't even help the society to understand what the heck this twin flames is. And the part is of it is that we have to bring some this part of education. We have to babysitting. We have to okay, hold on. I'll tell you. I'll explain it to you. Everybody is different into it, but it doesn't matter what it is. The information exchange. That's what it causing it. That's why, in the physical level, your twin flame, it's always with you. If you had a DNA taken before you were awakened and the DNA taken after you were awakened, it can find you approved. But a lot of the people, they don't do those tests. A lot of people, they don't do these things. Guess why? Because they're not aware of it, of this existence yet on it. So to continue back into this is that it's all about the gravitation. And all this gravitation on it, it's creating this part. And it doesn't matter with who you are, how everything goes on into it. The gravitation sooner or later is going to bring you about this energy into it. A lot of the people, as far as the twin flames, they can go away from like a they can be next to you, but they can be a galaxy far away from you, but they're living inside of you. And this is why the runner tries the running away and the chaser tries the chasing, because of whatever the runner goes, the chaser goes after. But the part is when they get separated and they stop this game, then they just like a star sitting into that magnetic field and waiting under the gravitation of the right of the divine time to comes in together. For those people who are very desperations about the physical, they think only about the physical union and the physical stuff into it. I'm sorry, I gotta tell you that you're in the wrong directions on it. You need to look at it how to evolve on it. You need to look at it how the thing's gonna be evolved in you. And after all this energy exchange, a lot of the people ask me, Dio, what should we do? There is only three things you can do. The three things you can do, those are the three stages of evolution. It's nothing else but that. And the three stages of the evolutions are either gonna join on all the levels, including physical. You're gonna be doing nothing, or you're gonna simply die with it. And that is the part of how you're gonna do it. And that is applied for the both individual. They're gonna join, they're gonna do a nothing, or they're gonna die. Because the both informations coexist in the both two individuals. And it's an individual part of what part they're going to use. Some, they dying in the grief, and they dying in the lies. They dying not in the physical level, they dying deep inside of them. They live basically a part, they're like I mean, you can see this kind of people. They're like a bag of bones. just go and eat, work, go home, kids, and that's it. Nothing else. Whatever happened to them, they basically die. They basically don't exist inside of themselves. And anything about the twin flame or anything that connects to that, they go in an anger. That is the one important part. They go in an anger. They go into a field that they cannot face their own fear of the truth. And the fear of the truth is fear of the truth. They can go for years and years and years and life into it. That's not going to help them because as well they live inside of you through the DNA, you live inside of them as a DNA. So that's how it goes. You can run out of the universe and nothing going to escape into it. I know some of you now laughing on it. I already sensing this on it when I'm making it. Doing nothing. That part of doing nothing is like they don't want to have nothing to do with you. They want to be only, or let's say, just friends. They don't want to do anything about it. They're just the friends, and they're trying to neither or join, buy, or die. They don't want to do anything about it because for them they're stuck on some kind of level into it, and that it's fine for them. You have to make your own choice for you, not for them. And that's the part. A lot of the people think that whatever they're thinking inside of them, the twin flame feels it. They will feel the same thing like you feel if they're in the same magnetic frequency of the part of the joint. You know the triangle here. If they're in the same frequency and soul, that will be connections on it, also known as the telepathy. And that is the telepathy when that goes on into. But let me not go so much deep into this. And the last part is when they join. When they join, then what happens is the happiness inside of it, of the soul, the happiness inside of the heart and the body energize the both two individuals. And when they're coming together, they're like the shining light. That light that it's first to activate them, and it's coming up and it's open out to everybody. And this is how the information can be traveled to others so they can understand this part of love. Because at the end of the day, this is how we live in the universe. Yeah, we live like this with gravitation. And when we're gravitating towards each other, that's how everything happens. And I hope this video helps out in the twin flame community. I'm not gonna apologize if I step on some of their feet or whatever, but as I said before, I cannot be a policeman to watch about what's going on in the twin flame community. You have your own soul, you have your own vibrations you have your own things that's going on it. So thank you so much for watching the video, and be love.